There are so many amazing multiplayer games these days that there's probably a few you don't even know about. So here are a few gems that are definitely worth checking out. Now, Henry, do you enjoy the clumsy antics of, say, Human Fall Flat?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
You like animals?
Yeah.
Do you like parties?
I mean, yeah, wait, where are you going with this?
Well, this game will play your funny bone like a glockenspiel. It's Party Animals, which came to Game Pass on day one, very recently indeed.
Ah.
This chaotic clobberfest contains a cadre of cuddly characters clattering into each other in a cavalcade of creature-based carnage. Or in less tongue-tie terms, it's a party brawler where you and your buddies get to wail on each other and look super cute doing it. Like this time, from when we played with the devs at Gamescom.
Okay, climb!
I'm trying,
Ignore me! Do it! Get up! Yes! Get it together, Bex!
No. It literally never gets old. The game's flailing combat is unfailingly hilarious thanks to some wobbly physics and a variety of hilarious weapons. Whether you're competing as a team in one of the sports modes or just letting your fuzzy fist fly in a straightforward battle, every game is a slapstick delight. Plus, you get to play as a corgi dressed like a cowboy. What's not to like? Though it may destroy friendships, just a heads up.
Alright, Bex, I remember that you played this on stream and absolutely loved it, so I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but if you love Battle Royale games and invading other players' personal space, Naraka Bladepoint's melee-based multiplayer might be just what you've been looking for. Step into a world of myth, magic, and a whole lot of stabbing as you take part in huge 60-player throwdowns across a series of massive, vibrant maps. It's a bit like if Ninja Gaiden let you cross swords with a whole bunch of other players. I mean, it's literally as cool as it sounds. There are a huge range of weapons for you to experiment with as you hone your playstyle, and an almost infinite variety to the combat as you clash with other players. And thanks to the game's fast and fluid movements, you're going to be zipping around like a master martial artist in no time. And thanks to the Xbox Series X and S's smooth 60 FPS frame rates, you'll be able to fight with poise and precision, even when there are 59 other players swinging swords at you. Oh, and it's available now on Game Pass. Nice. So here at Xbox On, we obviously love a good multiplayer game, don't we, Bex?
Totally, Henry.
But a good multiplayer game that's also totally free to play and just so happens to feature squads of hyper advanced cyber ninjas. I mean, love doesn't even begin to describe it.
I'm sold.
Warframe is all those things and more. A third-person actioner where you get to unleash a deadly mixture of futuristic technology and parkour skills onto all your foes. Work together to complete missions or cross blades in PvP combat, unlocking all sorts of formidable new gear as you go. If you enjoy Warframe's ninja shenanigans, then keep an eye out for the developer's fantastical follow-up, Soulframe, which is currently scheduled to arrive late next year. And if you want to hear all the latest about these games and all the other massive titles on the Xbox horizon, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell.
If you loved the paranoia-inducing, backstabbing, friend-suspecting fun of Among Us, then you'll definitely want to take a trip down to the quaint little village of Evil. In this social deduction game, players are divided into conspirators and villagers. The first team conspires to murder all the villagers' poor innocent saps, and the poor innocent saps try to figure out who's doing all the murdering before they themselves get murdered. The really clever thing about Evil is that it scales the experience according to how many players you've got in the game, distributing roles and balancing things out to make sure there's always a whole whodunit to be had. Now, if you've sharpened your skills in Naraka Bladepoint and are looking for another melee to jump into, For Honor has got you covered. This third-person actioner sees elite warriors from across the world crossing swords. Whether you fancy heaving a battle axe as a Viking or slicing your opponents up the elegance of a samurai, you are sure to find a weapon of choice in For Honor's armory. With its innovative combat system, you'll feel the full heft of every strike, slash, and parry as you learn to outmaneuver your enemies in intense melee duels. Or you won't, and you'll get your head chopped off. Either way, it's super fun, and it's available now on Game Pass.
But let's say you love the boundless creative freedom of Minecraft, but you're beginning to feel like 3 dimensions is actually 1 dimension too many. Well, the 2D realm of Terraria should be your next destination. Together, you and your friends can go adventuring out into the world, encountering hundreds of different enemy types as you go. With the resources you find out there, you'll be able to craft thousands of different items or even begin construction on your very own city, complete with NPCs who you can recruit to live there. Basically, the whole game is one endless sandbox for you and your buddies to play in however you like, so grab it off Game Pass right now.
And finally, if you still cherish the childhood memories forged in the brutal arenas of shooters like Doom and Quake, then you'll love boomer shooter stylings of Proteus. Blast each other into a cloud of red pixels using all kinds of over-the-top sci-fi weapons, all the while a heavy metal soundtrack thunders in the background. It really is the full retro FPS experience. You can team up and take on the campaign together in 4-person co-op, or enter the fray with 15 other players in a whole range of PvP modes. And thanks to the level editors, there's always fresh new community created content for you to try, and new places for you and your buddies to melt each other's faces off. The next time you need a break from racking up wins in EAFC or sailing around in Sea of Thieves, check out one of these amazingly underrated multiplayer games.
Bye.
Bye.